Lei Wulong.
Lei Wulong is a risky, tricky character who has an astonishing 13 stances and an array of powerful mix-ups. With his back-turned and lying down stances, he is slippery and difficult to track down, and can leap in from range to punish mistakes with his powerful forward 3. Lei's movement is strong, and opponents who are too defensive may find themselves facing his powerful 50-50s. However, there are few areas in which he is truly dominant. He's less evasive than Feng or Ling, and his options for closing distance are somewhat risky. While his stances are powerful, they're often gated behind specific transitions. His block punishment is also fairly terrible. Lei's game plan can broadly be described as an extremely diverse approach which is built around a few core tools. While these weapons, notably forward 3, Rave Sweep, and Razor Rush, can carry him in the early going, to truly make him an effective character and overcome his weaknesses, a Lei player will have to learn his stances and options inside out. Lei has a basic functional poking game with down forward 1, down forward 4, jabs, and a magic 4, which is complemented by his more unique tools. His down 4 is a 12 frame low, which can transition into stance or be used to complement other pokes, and his forward neutral 4-1-2 Wolf Fang string does double duty as both a whiff and block punisher, as well as a counter hit tool, as it is counter hit confirmable for a full 4-hit string, as well as transitioning into dragon stance. Pride of place is of course his Razor Rush, which covers range well and provides some of his more useful transitions to his stance options, as he can sidestep out into a stance after each hit. Lei has a wide array of mix-ups. Firstly, there's his Rave Sweep, which is an unseeable low which avoids highs. Like Leo's Sweep, as long as you input the second hit, it will knock down at any range. Mix-ups for it include his down forward 1+2 forward, his sidestep 4 if you can get in close enough and delay your timing, and his forward 3 for a high risk, high reward guess. Lei's back-turned stance provides a guess between powerful lows and back-turned down 1, and slightly less powerful mids like back-turn 4 and back-turn 2, or just trying to bait the opponent into turnaround mix-ups. Lei can move away quickly with his back-turn stance, both with the stance on its own or by cancelling it into a crouch guard. Also, by cancelling it repeatedly with back, you can perform Lei's iconic ha-ha step. When performed correctly, this can create a lot of distance very quickly. In addition, Lei can use his lying down stances to evade high attacks and respond with mix-ups or punishers. Lei has 4 grounded stances. Each has at least one mid or low attack with associated strengths and weaknesses. He can move back and forth between regular grounded stances and his special ones with 2, and can turn over between them with 1, or stand up into his drunken stance by pressing 1+2. He also has a large sidestep from his animal stances, most notably his sidestep left from tiger to snake. A common theme is that his mix-ups and movement are rarely separable, and that they interplay with one another. Lei has 6 animal stances. With the exception of Phoenix, they can all be accessed from his Rush Punch series, and manually by pressing 3+4 and then a follow-up button. Snake is his baseline stance. It is good for poking with Snake 1, 2, and 4, and transitioning to Dragon from 2-2 forward, and Panther via sidestep. It is primarily used from down 4 down, and just moving into it via sidestep 2+3. Dragon is strong at counter hits, and pressuring with Dragon 2, a plus on block mid. It's primarily used after forward neutral 4-1-2-2 forward, Razor Rush on normal hit, and his new back 2. Panther has a powerful mid-low mix-up with Panther 1-2 and 2, and is a good stance for pressuring grounded opponents. It automatically avoids highs and can parry lows by holding forward. It's primarily used from Snake 1-2-1 on hit, or counter hit Razor Rush. Tiger has even more powerful mix-ups than Panther, but debatably slightly riskier, with Tiger 4 and 2-2, and can parry mids by holding forward. It's primarily used after his down forward 1+2 forward, or Dragon 2 forward. Crane has a particularly powerful, advantageous mid in Crane 1, which provides an uninterruptible back-turned down 1, and Crane 4, a useful low which is opened up by Crane 1. It is primarily used after Lei's forward 3-1, up back 4 forward wall combo. Phoenix lacks the strengths of the other stances. It's mostly used in combos, but it does have a buffed version of Lei's Power Crush, which screw launches on normal hit. His other stance is Drunken. This has some okay options, including a punch parry as he goes into the stance with forward 3+4, and a unique 1+2 break throw. But again, it's not tremendously powerful. Lei's Punishment competes with Anna as being some of the worst around. He has no particularly powerful options all the way up to -15 from standing, and the same is true from crouching, where he can only launch at -16 aside from his tremendously short-range hop kick. Notably though, Lei is one of the few characters to have a good 10-frame while standing move in his while standing 3. Lei's rage drives are all executed from his animal stances. Snake 1+4 is a pushback rage drive like Paul's Death Fist, albeit with small backswing blow properties. Dragon 1+4 is another pushback rage drive, but with high crush properties. Panther 1+4 is an unseeable low launcher that's -14 on block. Tiger 1+4 is a mid, which gives significant advantage on block, spikes on the floor, and does swirly whirl spike launch on hit. Crane 1+4 is a safe low crushing mid, which also does swirly whirl launch on hit. Lei's rage art is pretty standard, being a massively unsafe 20-frame mid, albeit with some low crush properties, and an unfortunately mediocre hitbox, which means it is prone to whiff sometimes.
Come on!
Let's now look at some key changes from Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Lei's forward 3 is now gone, which means that his running 3 is now the same as his forward 3. This makes some of Lei's combos a bit easier. His running move is now while running 1, which frankly is fairly mediocre. It has an awful hitbox and isn't particularly quick either. Lei's back turn down 1 has been slightly buffed on block as it's now -5, meaning that only 12 frame mids or lows are guaranteed. However, it is now low parryable, which means that on balance, it's probably slightly nerfed. Lei's back 2-4 is a useful new move. A high evading, note that we don't mean crushing, natural combo, where you can transition into dragon stance or full crouch for mental frame advantage. Notably, the second hit is high and not hit confirmable. Lei's Rave Sweep has been nerfed, as he no longer has a significant combo extender unless he has a floor break, meaning you should mostly just finish the string for its more functional range or go for wacky setups. Lei's forward 4-2 is his power crush, and is not a particularly good one. It's fairly slow and punishable on block. While it has ballerina stun on hit and screws on airborne, it has no special properties on counter hit. Tiger is now much more powerful as a mix-up stance. Lei's Tiger 2-2 is a hit confirmable mid-high launcher with surprisingly good range, although notably the first hit is -14 on block. Usefully, this can't be option selected by crouch jabs, like for example Law's 3+4 4-can. Tiger 1+2 is a useful wall bounce move, making Tiger deadly both in open ground and by walls. Overall, Lei Wulong has to take quite a few risks in order to enact his game plan, and is certainly not the type of character that you can just pick up overnight. However, a skillful Lei can really bamboozle the opponent, and offers creative, offensive-minded players a massive canvas on which to express themselves, while stumbling around like a drunk.
Anybody else want a piece?